everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on
another paleo packed lunch. So we're doing a salad option today. So we've got a lot of requests for something that doesn't require heating in the microwave, and we thought given that a lot of our viewers are heading into spring and summer that a salad option might be something a bit more fun.
Sometimes salads can be kind of like, there's no actual energy in them, it's just like leafy. So we've made sure that this salad is full of like good carbs, some fats to keep you going and not just feeling like you're wasting away on a few leaves.
Yep.
The other good thing is that it's got a lot of resistant starch.
Yeah, so we've got the cooked sweet potato, and when you cook and cool a potato it has what you call resistant starch, which is starch, a form of starch that your body actually doesn't absorb. It is purely food for your bacteria, good bacteria.
So it's very nourishing, very good for you. Is that all we really have to say about it?
The other thing is that for this salad we've not included a protein source as such. We have left that for you to decide. What we would do for on the go is to take like a tin of tuna, or we like to use salmon. Especially if you can hack it, the salmon with the bones in it is really good for you, a good source of calcium. But it's up to you. You could either put some chicken into this or a boiled egg. It's really up to you. So this is sort of the basic template for the salad, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Let's get started. So for ingredients, you're going to need some washed rocket, 1 to 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes, a red onion, some walnuts and pine nuts, coconut oil, and cinnamon. So for a protein source, we like to use wild-caught salmon, but you could also use some tin tuna, or if you like, a boiled egg. It's really up to you. And for the dressing, we use apple cider vinegar and some olive oil. And lastly, don't forget your salt and pepper. Okay, so our first thing is just to get the oven going. So we're going to preheat to 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now I'm just going to line a baking tray with some baking paper. Now, I thought I'd show you a little trick. If you have baking paper that's always curling up on you and being really frustrating, the trick is just to mash it up in your hand and then lay it out. And this always solves that problem of paper that curls up.
Okay, so now we're just going to start by peeling our potatoes and cutting them up to put them into the oven. Now we're just going to chop these up, and you want to cut them into quite small pieces, quite like bite-sized. Okay, so you want to be cutting your potato into little square-sized pieces, about that big. But once that's done, we're going to move on to the onion. So 1 red onion, and we're just going to chop that up into some kind of bigger pieces, and then we'll break it apart once it's cooked. Okay, so we've cut these into like little wedges. So they're still quite chunky. We're not like dicing it or anything like that. And then what we're going to do is put all of this into a mixing bowl. We're just going to be adding some oil, but you could feel free to skip the oil if you wanted. I've done this before with no oil on the potatoes and it was fine. But we're going to put some oil on today because we're going to be adding cinnamon. So maybe just like 2 big tablespoons of oil. I'll just add about half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So cinnamon is really great for blood sugar control, so that's really great whenever we're eating really carby or sugary foods. I'll also put on some salt and pepper. So this is a big step, and don't forget it. I've forgotten it once and it was so bland. Gotta go in with the salt. And then we're just gonna grab a big spatula and give that a good toss. So now we're just going to put our potato and onion onto our lined baking tray.
So while our sweet potato and onion are cooking in the oven, I'm just going to toast up our pine nuts and walnuts. So what I do is I just set a low heat, and I'm just going to lightly toast these nuts, but not for too long. I'm just going to keep an eye on them so that they don't burn. But if you were to make it special for, say, guests, or you just want to have a treat, you can also add butter or ghee and some salt. So you can taste test your walnuts and pine nuts to see when they're getting crunchy, and that's about the right time to take it off the heat. So I think these are just about done, so I'm going to set them aside so I don't burn them, because there is nothing worse than burning the nuts.
Okay, so the potatoes have been in for roughly about half an hour, but you can just keep an eye on them until they start looking kind of crispy or golden on the outside. So we're just going to bring them out of the oven and put that down here. So we're going to put this into our lunch boxes now. So all of that potato is going to make probably a few salads. It's not just for one. But one of the lunch boxes that we like to use is this cute little stainless steel one. It's a good size for salads. So we're going to start by getting some of our rocket and chucking that in. And if you're good, you could put your potatoes in the fridge and wait for them to cool, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to chuck it straight in. I'm going to take some of this potato, chuck that in. And when you get these onion pieces, if it's cold, you can break them apart so that they aren't just all together. Then we're also going to chuck in some of our toasted nuts, so our walnuts and our pine nuts. So they add some really good fats. The next thing that we're going to do is just pop on some dressing. So you could go ahead and make any kind of dressing that you wanted. Another thing that I've seen people do is you could make like a cashew cheese and put that over the top. And then also I should mention that if you don't have a problem with dairy or you don't mind using it, this would go really well with some feta. But for now we're just going to dress it with some extra virgin olive oil and some apple cider vinegar. And if you're taking this for a work lunch or something, you should get your hands on one of these little containers. They're really perfect for holding onto your dressing until you want to use it so your salad doesn't go soggy in the meantime. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be eating this like straight away. So I'm just going to dress it in the lunchbox. One last thing, if you were taking this for a lunch, I would definitely add some protein to this. So as we said, you could take eggs, chicken, anything that you like, but this is a really easy way and it's a very cheap way to eat some salmon, and it's got lots of good fats. It's protein to keep you full. Excellent choice.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you try this out, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you like it. If you have any video requests or things that you'd like to see more of, please leave it in the comments below. We always like to hear from you guys. And other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Bye, see ya. Today we're going to talk about 5 benefits of meditation and also how we meditate.